Hey, this is Waylon Reavis from A Killer's Confession. You're listening to Concert Crap.
Hey guys, this is Karen with Concert Crap, and I am here with Waylon of A Killer's Confession. Thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me on the show.
All right, so you have a new band, A Killer's Confession. How did this band get started? And also, I just wanted to make a quick mention. You have some really talented guys in your band. So how did you choose them? Like, how did this all get started?
This all got started last year. I was working with children, and I decided I was going to start searching for bands, but I didn't want to do it here in Cleveland. I wanted to search elsewhere, and I was like, well, what better way than just to throw out there, it's like, hey, I'll guest on your stuff. You know, it's like, I'll start doing vocals. You can hire me, and I'll do a guest appearance on your album. And a lot of bands do it, but they didn't really realize I was looking for that band or that guy that just really turned my head. And it so happens to be the very last email, and I went through a ton, and I didn't think I was going to find anything, to be honest with you. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I'm not finding anything. You know, there's a lot of great bands, but nothing that really I wanted to be a part of. And then I got an email from Matthew Trumpy, and it was A Killer's Confession, the song. And I have to say, I probably listened to it probably 40 times in a row. Just blew my mind. I was like, oh my God, I love this. I love this. So after that, I sent it to Brian from Korn, and I asked him what he thought. And he said, man, that's awesome. And I said, well, would you be interested in producing this? And he said, I don't really have the gift of being a producer, but I'll play on it. And I was like, even better. And that's kind of how it started. Like, Brian put his stamp of approval on the band. And I knew then, it was like, these are the guys. Because, I'd seen him like 2 weeks before I got the email, and he had looked at me and said, Waylon, when it's time to be back in the band, he goes, it's going to happen so fast, your head's going to spin. You're not going to know what to think. It's going to just all fall together. And he wasn't kidding. 2 weeks later, boom, that all happened.
Well, if the band has Korn's signature of approval, it must be a good one. And you guys released your debut album, Unbroken, April 28th. So what were your inspirations for this album?
Oh, Lord. I was inside my head and getting a lot of it out. And the Unbroken really is the underlying theme of the entire album, is how much the soul can go through and not be tarnished. And not be broken, and can continue forward. And it's a search of anger and hope. There's hope in there too. As angry as it can get in that album, there is an underlying meaning of hope and looking for redemption. And we hit up on social media and how everybody's just really glued to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Everybody's just like constantly at shows in public. I got kids in my house, and they'll text each other from across the room. You can't say hello. So that inspired me to I need to say something about this. It was kind of getting ridiculous when two humans can't really, communicate anymore, and you're taking all your facts from some blog, and you're not going out there and looking at it for yourself and making your own mind and making your own judgments. So there's just a lot. I had so much on my chest to get off, and it was a real fun album because each song did have an underlying meaning, but they all are in different places. If you can understand, it's like they all have the underlying tone to it of being broken, but it's just a different form in each song of how you remain that way.
Yeah, and I've heard the album and I really like it. But actually, I wanted to go back to the social media thing really quickly because this is, something I hear a lot. And, we definitely are on our phones a lot, but I think of it as like another way of communication because, we don't talk to each other maybe face to face like we used to. But don't you think that we still communicate because, Concert Crap is also a blog. So when you think about it, isn't it really just this new generation's way of communicating with each other? So instead of, saying hi, we'll text.
The human element. there's expressions, there's emotions. When you talk to someone, you can read something and misinterpret it at any time. There's just, humanity is not meant to be separated. There's a reason all our houses are together. We like to be around people. We do. And I'm seeing a lot like people don't know how to judge people, and they don't know how to react. Like my son and daughter are prime examples, and I try to get them out and to socially interact, because real social networking is in person. It's that face to face, get to know somebody. There's more than just a keyboard and a viral video. There's life out there. There's life beyond the electronic, because we're dumbing ourselves down. I hear people say LOL and OMG. Say it. Oh my God. It's or just laugh. Everything is. I feel like we really are falling into idiocracy. Like I feel like we're dumbing down. My kid doesn't even know how to write in cursive because they don't teach that anymore, because everything is on social media, and it is on computers, and that's a great way to do it. But there's something about writing and in old-fashioned ways. Yeah, it may take longer, but it's an art form that needs not to be forgotten.
So your new album, would you say, are you trying to kind of break that cycle and kind of just get what you feel out there?
No, not really break the cycle, because you have to accept and move forward, but you can't become lazy and forget about it, and let it work for you. Because when you stop doing that, you start letting it think for you, and you stop making rational decisions. Like you stop problem solving. Everybody thinks the answer is on Google. How about actually learn it? And me and my daughter had an argument about this. Use Google when you really need it, but how about just learn the knowledge so you won't need Google and it'll be there. Read a book. It's really a lot of kids are like, well, I don't need to know it. I just ask Google. It's like, oh my God. It freaks me out. It's like, I think knowledge and the older I get, I think wisdom, and knowledge is the greatest treasure anybody could have. Having a good sense of who you are and the world that you live in, and being able to interact in that world and not feel alienated because you're so used to talking to somebody on a computer. When you actually go do it in person, you don't know how, because you don't do it, but you can text them.
Awesome. And I think I heard a lot of kind of what you're telling me right now. I definitely heard a lot of it in the album. I really like the album. I have my favorite song on it, but I want to know, what's your favorite song on it?
My favorite song is Reavis.
And why?
It's actually our single. I chose that song to be ours as soon as I heard it. I love A Killer's Confession. Mm-hmm. Do not get me wrong. I love it, because that's a special place to me, because that's like a bucket list. Because one of my idols, one of the people that made me want to do what I did is on it. Brian's playing on it. But when it comes to really what song, I love Rebirth, because it's a cross between some lessons from my mother and my wife. And I actually got to put it down in there. And the underlying meaning of that song is, don't wrap yourself up in hating. And you see a lot of it with trolls and people just they do it just to be mean. Because in the end, what's the language barrier in here? Can I say anything I want?
Yeah, go ahead. It's fine. You can say anything.
Hate is just the hook line. Hating me is fucking you. And it's like there's more to life than just being frustrated and putting negativity towards something. And I really just love that song. It's just something I've wanted to get off my chest for so long, because I see it so much. It just makes me sick. I'm just like, guys, just stop being an asshole because you want to be an asshole. Stop hating them. Stop being a hater. And a hater's gonna hate. Well, it's like, you only change one person at a time. How about just start with yourself?
I like that motto. Now, you guys had your album release show on the 29th. How did that go?
Went wonderful. We only had 2 weeks to promote it because, like, my booking agent was trying to run the tour in together. And it really wasn't working out, and he was holding off, trying to make it all work. And I was like, we just got to go and do this. So we posted it up, and we had 2 weeks to promote it, and we still had a massive turnout. And it was awesome. It was like, wow. You know, usually you get a 2-week notice on a show, and it's a death sentence unless you're like Tool or Rammstein or Korn or something. You know, it's a death, and it wasn't. They turned out, and the thing about it is, we did an early bird release. We released to all the pre-orders. We gave them a free copy of a digital copy for pre-ordering it, and we were singing. We were doing the show, and kids were just singing. And just like you could tell they'd had it. And it was so nice because I haven't got that yet because everybody like has been coming to watch us, but nobody had the album. So it's like half of them were there just like, you know, see stuff online, but they hadn't really sit there and listen to it. And one song in particular sticks out to me. We were when we did LOL, Life of the Lost. When I got to the chorus, it was the whole crowd was singing it. It was like, wow. It just really just blew my mind. And it was just so much love in the building. Because that's really what we're promoting is just being there for each other. And, you know, it's like our name may be A Killer's Confession. Keyword's confession. And it's like when we're there, it's just like the fans are like the unofficial 6th member. And we always remind them, it's like, without you, there is no us. And it's just a big family, and it's real nice. And I know family used a lot, but I don't know any other way to put it. We're not a gang. You know, it's just we do so much people to get along. And it was just amazing turnout. I had a lot of great bands out there with me. I had Racing Never, had The Party, Dead Leaf, and this one real cool band I just found here in Cleveland called Two Dead Roses. Really enjoyed them. And overall, everybody did an excellent job. I can't speak highly enough for everybody. Not just A Killer's Confession. The whole show was good. And then I got to thank the Foundry for letting us do it there because that's like my local hangout where I get to actually go and eat wings every Wednesday. So it's kind of nice to actually go do that at home in the place I always hang out at.
So lots of good vibes for your upcoming tour then.
Oh, yes. My guys are so excited about going out on tour. It's not even funny. We've not been out since February, and we're all just kind of like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get back on the road. It's like everybody's got that look, but we know we have a New Ocean working for us, and Concrete Management are working for us. And you know, they're making sure that everything's right and in place before they send us out there again.
Awesome. So I just have a quick question, actually. Like, where's your favorite place to tour? Do you have a specific one?
My favorite place to tour? Well, I've toured the States for over a decade, and I love my home country. I do. But my favorite place I've ever went is Australia. I love going to Australia. It's just, I love the people down there. I have a friend, Bo Bryant. He lives down there, and he is just such an excellent dude. He comes up here for a holiday, and next year I'm actually going to take the family, and we're going to go to Australia, and I'm going to go down there and hopefully, and I hate to say it like this, I'm going to work some business and get A Killer's Confession down there, go down there on vacation, talk to some club owners and stuff, and get myself booked down there and come back because I just love that place. I can't get enough. I see myself ending up there one day for some reason. It's just, I love it.
Awesome. So lots of exciting stuff in the future for A Killer's Confession. Where do you think that in the rest of 2017 we're going to see you guys going after this tour?
Well, I can't really say too much because they're all in work in progress, but we're going to continue being support act. I'm not really interested in headlining right now. I've done that for years, and I want to open myself up to a broader market, and I want to open myself up to bands I've never got to play with. And I'm more excited, and so are my guys, to playing with these bigger bands that that we've looked up to, and they're working that out right now, and that's just to come, But like I said, that's on management and our booking they're taking care of that, and we're just keeping our fingers crossed. A lot of good things have happened for us, and hopefully they keep coming.
Awesome. So, do you have anything else to say to our audience before we wrap up this interview?
If you guys know who I am, I love you, and never be afraid to walk up and say hello if you see me.
Awesome. Thanks so much for joining me, Waylon. Your new album, Unbroken, is available now. Definitely go get it. There are some great other musicians who are featured on it as well, besides the great, band that you guys are. You can catch these guys on tour later this month.
Can I say something real quick about those bands?
Go ahead.
The extra bands at the end, American Overdose, Dead by Wednesday, Hex, and Revolution, those bands are amazing roots, and this was my way of, when I was younger, I was given an opportunity, and a band helped me out. And with those bands, I'm doing the same thing, and I can't speak highly enough of all of them. I'm very proud of Hex. I'm proud of American Overdose. I'm proud of Revolution. I'm proud of Dead by Wednesday, and I'm honored that I've got to work with those guys and do tracks with them, and having them be the bonus on my album is amazing.
Awesome. This has been Karen with Concert Craft. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.